So I'm going to introduce you to two practices here. And the first one is very much working with what we've already done with the 7 waves of breath, the holokinetic breath, working with that gentle progression, those waves of breath, 7 points of awareness in the system. So we're going to come back into that breath first of all. See if you can find that easily. Come straight into it. Finish an out breath. Squeeze up the front and middle of the pelvic floor. And begin to find that holokinetic breath. And feel those 7 centers of the body. You're creating the 7 centers with your mind. You're feeling, because there could be 38, remember, in terms of somites. So you're feeling into those centers of the body. The intelligence centers of the body. Like we talked about, there could be 4 or 5 or 3, but we're creating 7 with this practice. 7 areas for you to feel into with that progression of the breath on the in-breath and on the out-breath, up and down through the body. If you can stretch your mind to scan the surface of the skin like we did earlier on, then you can do that as well. You can have the whole body in the field of awareness. One of the practices we did earlier was raising and lowering the eyes. Let's do 4 breaths like that. Lifting the eyes into Shambhavi Mudra, raising the eyes up on the in-breath, lowering them on the out-breath. And one more breath. Now move the tongue from the base behind the teeth. Slide it along the roof of the mouth as you breathe in, as the eyes go up, and see how far you can take that tongue along the roof of the mouth into the soft palate. And back down again along to behind the teeth on the out breath. So with the eye movement, the tongue is moving as well. You've got those 7 waves of breath. And those waves are beginning to melt into each other more and more, giving a cohesive fluid flow of the breath. Tongue up along the roof of the mouth, eye gaze up. Breathing out, tongue down, eyes down. Excellent. So that's the first stage of this practice. Now what I want to introduce you to is some symbology. And see if you can feel, close your eyes now and feel down into the body. Feel into the pelvic floor, and I want you to visualize a symbol, which is like a yellow cube. A yellow cube. And around that yellow cube is a circle, and that circle has 4 big, postbox red petals to it. In my Maha-Yoga teaching, I teach the auditory component of these symbols, but it's too much for this course. So those who've done this work with me will know this. Sha sha sa long. We're not going to do that here. We just want to feel those symbols. And then come up to the base, the bowl of the pelvis. And these feeling here is of a blue sphere, like a blue globe, like planet Earth, the ocean of planet Earth. And a crescent moon behind it in space. And around that are 6 orangey red petals. Each one of those petals has a sound as well. Ba, ba, ma, ya, ra, la. But like I said, we're not going to do that on this course. Get that symbol, feeling that symbol, creating that symbol with your mind, the colours. And then come up to just behind and above the navel. And the symbol here is a downward pointing pyramid of fire. Red, orange fire. And around that are 10 petals in a circle around that of storm cloud blue. Storm cloud blue. And bring your attention up into the heart space. Breath in as you bring that attention up. And create a symbology here of what's like a 6-pointed star, except it's going to be 2 pyramids crossing each other. One downward pointing pyramid, one upward pointing pyramid. And it's transparent, translucent, kind of forest green, but translucent. You see the edges of the pyramid, and the center is spacious, gaseous. And around that are 12 petals of a blood red color, kind of vermilion, blood red color. Then up to the throat. And here we find a crescent moon, white crescent moon, against a starry sky. And around that are 16 petals of a kind of violet, soft, pale violet grey. And up to the head, the center of the head. And I want you to visualize here a diamond, sparkling diamond. And around that 2 petals, silver white, pristine, clear, sparkling white. And on one is the full moon, and on the other is the radiant midday sun. Full moon on one, the radiant midday sun on the other. And then bring the attention up to the crown and visualize 1,000 scintillating, sparkling petals of an infinite array of colour, sparkling into and out of gold and white, impossible to catch with the mind, consistently, continuously scintillating. And bring the attention back down through those symbols, from the crown to the brow, to 2 petals, crystal, sun and the moon, to the throat with the crescent moon and the starry sky, and the 16 petals of smoky violet grey, to the heart with those pyramids crossing over each other, downward pointing and upward pointing, surrounded by the vermilion 12-petal lotus, down to the solar plexus, just above, below the solar plexus, above the navel. Fiery red pyramid pointing down with those 10 storm cloud blue petals. Down with the out-breath to the bowl of the pelvis. That planet, watery planet, crescent moon behind it in the sky. And around that, 6 orangey red petals. And below that, a yellow sphere at the base of the pelvis, surrounded by 4 large, postbox red, bright red petals. So that's the symbology we're going to play with. And you're going to do that with the breath. Yeah? So you're going to weave those symbols together on this central golden channel that you visualized earlier on, with an in-breath. The waves of the breath really help that. And you can, if you want to, turn the gaze up and turn the gaze down on the descent on the out-breath. You can slide the tongue along the roof of the mouth if that facilitates you to go deeper into the symbology. Symbols work at a really deep level. Yeah, they work at the level of the unconscious mind. And then we'll take a breath to finish. Yeah, just breathing quietly, relaxing the mind, relaxing the visualization capacities, relaxing the eyes. Breathing through both nostrils. Humming on the out breath for 4 breaths.